I love how Corporate Kane in the WWE new game, like he's an 86 overall, and then 2001 Kane, he's just higher.
He's a little bit high because he's a demon. That demon.
Exactly.
The whole supernatural
exactly.
powers give him that plus
Exactly,
one.
it's that Demon Kane. And also, if you look back at matches, they'll tell him like, "Hey, let go of the guy's hair." The hair's a part of the mask.
The hair's fake. I
Yeah.
think they even did that like recently when they had like the whole Demon Kane versus Seth thing.
Yeah.
Like, don't grab the hair. I'm like, dude, he ain't being affected.
Yeah,
Fine.
really.
I think about like what would have happened. Like, what do you think would have been worse for people who like Seth Rollins or that whole deal? If Seth would have lost, because he was going to lose the title at Survivor Series either way if he wasn't injured, because he was going to lose to Roman.
Yeah, exactly.
I think people would have been a lot more sour on Roman if he beat Seth, because Seth at that point was, I think, still like a really. People like him, not ironically, but even though he's a heel, like they respect him because of all the challenges he's done, because of all the guys from the Shield, I didn't expect him to be bigger than any of them.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of expected Ambrose to kind of become that, but
Because they were teasing that.
Yeah, exactly. They were kind of teasing that because he was the only guy in the Shield to hold the singles title when they were on the main roster. I mean, Seth Rollins, of course, was the NXT champion.
He was the first one.
Yeah, he's the very first NXT champion, which is cool and all. But it's like you kind of thought Ambrose was going to take it, but then Seth Rollins becomes this great wrestler, and his promos are getting better. I mean, even though
they were kind of like now they're getting a little bit more. They're more weasel like. We're like, oh, that little weasel, he's weaseling his way out of everything.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, but I would have loved to see, because the plan was for him to lose the title at Survivor Series. And had this big feud with Triple H that culminated to WrestleMania. And that would have been great, but sadly that's not going to happen probably for a little while. And I would love to see a Seth Rollins face turn so we can see more of his acrobatic stuff, because he has an offense that's kind of similar to HBK.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I want to dub 2015 the year of the super kicks.
Oh yeah,
everyone and their mother's doing
super kick everywhere. If it's to the point to where a guy Kevin Owens size is doing super kicks on the reg.
It was like fucking Big Show did a super kick, I think, at some point this year.
Big Show can barely like lift anybody up anymore. How is he doing super kicks?
It was the year of the super kicks. I think the Young Bucks really fucking.
Exactly, like super kicks everywhere. That's why I'm kind of glad like people like Sami Zayn are back, because they're more of a ground and pound and like quick moves off the top rope type of person. Like they're not about like the quick kick.
Speaking of ground and pound, I really fucking enjoyed the Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose match at Survivor Series.
Oh yeah,
that was fucking ground and pound. Holy
that
shit.
was, and it was great. And I love their feud right now. And as long as they don't mess it up too bad, I think they'll be great.
I am enjoying the whole just Ambrose talking shit at the announcers table that happened on Raw.
Oh yeah, that's great. I love Ambrose. He's the one guy from the Shield that actually does good promos.
Roman Reigns is like,
Roman Reigns is like, you can believe that. Oh, shut up.
And then no one fucking says it with him, I don't think.
Exactly. And like they put it on shirts, and it's like, dude, it's not gonna happen. It's kind of like your friend who tries to make
his own nickname.
Either he tries to make his own nickname, or he tries to make his own like his own kind of like thing to say.
A catchphrase.
Yeah, kind of like in South Park whenever Eric Cartman's like, yeah, man, that was hella cool, and they just like, Cartman, stop trying to make hella a thing. Exactly. It's like, Roman, stop trying to make hella a thing.
Yeah. Or remember at one point, his whole gimmick was I can and I will.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're huge. WWE loves you. Hell, you're The Rock's cousin, because they say it every other day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, duh.
Fuck him up. You could have thrown him off the thing. But I think they're nice. I think they're saying it because people already know, so might as well just come out with it.
Exactly.
Kind of like they're doing the same thing with Charlotte.
Yeah.
You know she's now being called Charlotte Flair.
Like, I hate how she's kind of becoming her dad. Like, because it's like, look, Ric Flair, dirtiest player in the game. I get that, and they're making like a slow heel turn, and that's cool and all. But it's like, look, shit or get off the pot.
Yeah.
It's like, hurry up with it. We know what's gonna happen. She's already kind of pseudo heel.
I think she did turn heel on Monday when I watched it, because she beat up Becky Lynch after Becky Lynch beat her on Raw.
Oh, I would love to see a triple threat match with everyone from PCB or whatever the hell they call it,
PCP.
Drugs.
Fucking submission sorority, that fucking porn site.
Oh God.
That was fantastic.
Research is always needed for your storylines.
That was. They have hundreds of people working on that shit in the back. No one fucking thought of that.
Exactly. No one's like, hey, let me search this. But anyway, so to make WrestleMania another success with attendance, have build it up with Charlotte versus Becky Lynch versus Paige, and make it kind of like a Chris Benoit at WrestleMania 20 type of situation, to where we can have the underdog win it, because that entire feud was about Triple H and HBK. It wasn't about Chris Benoit.
So would Becky Lynch be the Chris Benoit in the situation?
Yeah, kind of. I mean,
because she's kind of like an afterthought in PCD.
Exactly. Like, no one really thinks of Becky Lynch as a threat to Charlotte or Paige or whatever. She's kind of just in the background.
Because her gimmick, as of right now, is kind of weird.
Yeah, exactly.
The last kicker.
Yeah, the last kicker. It's a little strange, but at the same time, she can really come from behind and become a great face for the company, and then Charlotte could be a great heel. You could have her be the dirtiest player in the game, like her dad, which is fine. Which, by the way, they never even mentioned that in
NXT.
In NXT, that it was kind of just like an afterthought.
No, like they did mention it a few times, but it wasn't like that's her deal. That's her gimmick.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at this point, they mentioned it as much as the Divas Revolution.
I was super fucking excited with that whole deal. Like, remember when Stephanie McMahon brought out, all. Like, she brought out Sasha Banks and Charlotte and Becky Lynch. I was getting goosebumps because they were like, because I knew them. I knew who they were from NXT and that whole deal. And like they put their submissions on everybody. I was like, fuck yeah, that's gonna be cool. And then nothing happened.
Yeah, really. It's like, oh sweet, like they're gonna do the same thing that they did in NXT. Then it doesn't make sense. They don't carry out the story. Like some of the stuff that they do, it makes sense in NXT because the whole story has always transpired from that. Yeah. But then they kind of carry it over. It's like no one's gonna understand Finn Balor's gimmick if he goes to WWE and they don't like introduce it as a gimmick. Yeah. Like they're not gonna get it.
I've always argued that Finn Balor is just a better Jeff Hardy.
Probably, to be quite honest. I mean, like if you see him do his whole stomp off the top rope, it reminds me of the Swanton Bomb, just done better.
I think the reason Jeff is I used to like Jeff. I used to be a big mark for Jeff.
Yeah, same.
But I think watching some of his older matches, he's not a great technical guy.
No, he's not. He's a big spot guy.
I was gonna say he's a spot guy.
Exactly. He's the type of guy to where it's like you need someone to jump off the top rope through 15 flaming tables. He's your guy. Jeff's your guy. If you need a guy to take a bump off of the top rope and into a flaming table, Jeff's your guy.
Yeah, and I can't remember that many elbow and collar tie-ups with Jeff.
Yeah, really.
The only thing I remember from Jeff's wrestling matches, I always think Blue because he's always on SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember him being a Raw guy too much. I know he was on Raw, but he wasn't a Raw guy to me. He was a SmackDown guy to me. And I remember Whisper in the Wind, that weird turnbuckle dropkick thing he did.
Yeah.
And then Swanton, and then that's it. I don't remember too much from him.
Yeah, really. Like, you don't think... Like, if you think other wrestlers, you think of their submission holds. You think of their good technical moves. Mm-hmm. But, like, with some people... And I'm glad WWE's finally out of this. That's why I like the PG era for what it is. Because of the fact the matches are good. Everything's solid. It's about the wrestling instead of, like the Vince Russo-style storylines where there's people cheating and random and random betrayals
and fucking face paint on a pole match
and face paint on a pole match for some reason. But it's about the wrestling. It's about that. The only thing that's doing it wrong is that they're not promoting a lot of guys at all. So Raw is 3 hours. If I could barely watch Titanic but once a year, I'm not gonna sit there and watch a 3-hour program once a week.
Let's say you're like the biggest wrestling fan. Like let's say I watch wrestling religiously like I used to, but like now. That's, let's say 3 hours of Raw, 1 hour of NXT, and then 2 hours of SmackDown. That's 6 hours of wrestling, not including any pay-per-views or anything I watch on the network.
A week, and that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's why I don't even wait for stuff like that. I just wait for everything to go on Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu, because they give you the 1 hour.
Yeah, because on Hulu they cut it in half. I don't need to see all the dumb promos that aren't even gonna affect the pay-per-view. I don't need to see all the time-wasting areas. You know what we need to see?
We need to see more Heath Slater.
Heath Slater for all the championships. He's gonna win. He's gonna win the Divas Championship. He's gonna win the Tag Team Championship by himself.
He's bringing back the European Championship.
And
damn it, he's gonna win those WCW Cruiserweight Tag Team Championships.
And he's also gonna win the whole ECW Championship.
He's gonna win the Triple H Championship.
He's gonna become the new $1 Million Championship.
Heath Slater for 2016.
Exactly. Heath Slater everything 2016.
Speaking of that, I should vote. for real life election.
Oh my God, guys, if you're gonna go vote, and if you don't like anyone for president or whatever, don't vote. But if you want to vote just to make a point, vote for Heath Slater for president, because I would love to see Heath Slater as president, seeing the one-man rock band in office.
Free guitar lessons for everyone in America.
Free guitar lessons for everybody always.
So you're not thinking of the bigger picture here, America.
Exactly.
We can be the 20 million man band.
20 million plus man band. That would be great.
I think there's a lot more people in the world.
The one man band party, and it's just Heath Slater, and the whole conference is just him in a room. He has supporters, but they have to wait outside, so then he could still be the one man band.
And his fucking cabinet is fucking everyone from the new Social Outcast group, and then they bring back Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre.
Oh my God, no! Imagine Adam Rose as Secretary of State. He's talking to Kim Jong Un.
Kim Jong Un, baby. You got to be a rosebud. You got to bloom out of nuclear war.
Oh my God, the bunny can be the Secretary of Education. The bunny can be the Secretary of Education.
You can be the fucking sex ed teacher. Because remember that one time you raped Adam Rose on TV?
Oh yeah.
Nothing came. I'm very excited for the plans of America right now.
Oh yes.
I can do a Adam Rose impression all fucking day. He's just the best person to impersonate.
Now, see, the only people I can do are like Trips and other people like that.
You can do the Macho Man impression, yeah.
Oh God! By the way, turns out, oh God, I wish we had brought this up whenever we were talking about Damien Mizdow, but Macho Man Randy Savage has a rap album.
Yeah, it's called Be a Man.
Be a Man, and I have to say,
it is as great as it sounds.
It is glorious.
It is as great as it sounds.
Because imagine like a bad DJ Khaled album.
Okay.
But Macho Man just like another one.
Oh yeah, another one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, another one.
Is he just counting the pin? 1, another one.
2, another one.
3, one more time.
Macho Man, you won the match. Another one.
I want 6 pins. Yeah.
I want more pins. Oh yeah, brother.
What? You got really fucking Hulk Hogan on me there. You want to turn into a racist for a second.
Oh God, no.
Why'd you stop the fucking count?
I'm Booker T right now in the game, and I'm facing against Triple H. I'm just getting my revenge for
burying him at WrestleMania.
For burying me at WrestleMania, because the cardinal rule of wrestling is if you don't get a pen off within 30 seconds of your finisher, the guy's gonna kick out.
Yeah. And it was such a good story to fucking.
Until it had to get racist. It always has to get racist with Triple H.
It was rag to riches story.
By the way, I watched old Raws. Vincent Kennedy McMahon goes up to Booker T and says the N-word. He's like, "What's up, my N-word?" And it's like, what are you doing?
There's the Cena. Not even Booker T. I think King Booker was somewhere 3 feet away from him.
Yeah, really. It's like, I'm sorry, what?
And you hear that someone brought up that argument, and then WWE responded that was a character, so it doesn't count.
No, it's still racist. Here's the thing. Okay, take Django Unchained, great movie, but it's super racist. I mean, I know
it's about slavery. Not about slavery, but there's slaves in it.
I know, Leonardo DiCaprio. I know he's not really racist. He just played a slave owner. But Vincent Kennedy McMahon is the owner of WWE. He is not a slave owner.
He's the closest thing to a slave owner that you can get without owning slaves.
Exactly. So we kind of own slaves, as in the WWE locker room, if we're being real. But if you want to talk about characters, he's a boss. I'm pretty sure it's against U.S. labor laws to even say a racial slur.
Even as terms of endearment, remember that one teacher, I think it was a few years back, who said N-word but with an A at the end. Yeah. So it's I didn't. I said I meant a term of endearment. I don't know why I got in trouble for it.
Yeah, really. It's no.
No. Poor Triple H. Did you see his picture before you selected him? How photoshopped he is.
Oh yeah, it's so bad because you see his matches in real life and it's like, bro, what happened? Whatever happened to the King of Kings, man?
His last 2 matches are weird because his entrance fucked him up.
Yeah.
Because last year, it was against Sting, I think. Yeah, it was against Sting, and he had a really huge bruise along the side of his leg.
No, he had one a few WrestleManias ago to where it was dry ice or something.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, and it burned him, and it's like, WWE, get your pyrotechnics right, man.
That was really weird to me. And I remember laughing my ass off at the time, but then I realized he got burnt.
Yeah.
And then I only laughed a little bit less.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, he's actually hurt. And for some reason in this game, whenever you run into the referee, he just passes out.
He's dead. So Vince, 2 weeks back on Raw, did the deal where Roman kind of lightly shoved him.
Yeah.
And then they're going for the whole angle like, oh, he touched me, I'm dead, or he broke my neck. And then Steph's like, she brings out like all these security guards. He goes, arrest that man for attacking a 7-year-old guy. And then they're like...
And then he goes to prison.
No, yeah, like, Steph, you're being allowed. We're going to arrest your dad instead. And
yeah,
then
really.
they do. I'm like... As much as I don't like Roman, I think I've said that before, but I can admit that he's getting cooler.
Yeah,
Because
this is true. He is getting cooler.
He's getting cooler because they're making him a badass, and that's what he's always needed to be.
Exactly. He always needs to be like a Brock Lesnar type or a Cena type to where he's mildly unbeatable.
Yeah. This ref, Jesus Christ. But I don't know. Again, I said before, I'm skipping the Rumble because I don't like knowing who's going to win 3 years in a row.
Yeah, really.
Especially when a guy is going to win it 2 years in a row that I'm honestly not a huge fan of.
Yeah, really.
But again, I am going to have the viewing party for WrestleMania. So come on down, bring your dads, bring your moms, mostly your moms. Your moms come.
Bring your sisters if they're of age.
18 years or above, 18 to 19.
And also if they're really into WWE fan posters, personally come hit me up on my own personal channel.
Fuck this channel. Come on. Oh no, you won the match.
I won the match, but I wanted to put him through a table as revenge for all the racist things. But, you know.
Not just his race, all the racist things.
All the racism.
When I say slavery, you say sorry.
Slavery, sorry. Slavery, sorry.
That's the greatest. Thanks for, I think this is a good place to stop.
Yeah, probably. Well, guys, it's been a fun time. We talked about a lot of things.
Kind of got off the tracks a lot. But that's wrestling. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to. And I would defend you to death. You know what? Let's call this podcast the Wrestling Defenders.
Wrestling Defenders sounds great. And then our theme song can be just like the New Day.
All right.
But then we come out dressed as like Undertaker and Kane.
All right. Here's our theme song. Da 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 da. That's it.
Boom. That's it.
That's all we need.
And then it's just silence as we walk through. But then of course we walk through the crowd because we want to be as cool as Roman.
Or we can be fucking Blue Pants. Da 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 da.
Oh god, Blue Pants.
Da 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 da.
Or no. American males, American males, American males, American males.
I'm probably gonna cut it off right there. So.
Oh Jesus.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you guys so much.